Earlier, you listed a number of elements that reassure you. I insist because there is also history. It is history that guides us. These imperialist forces, they are real. In 1961, they got rid of Patrice Lumumba in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. And in 1972, they got rid of Paul Nkrumah in another way. And then in 1987, they got rid of Thomas Sankara, always with internal enemies and sometimes with the complicity of some neighbors. You know what they say, Mr. President. The first duty of a revolutionary is to stay alive, to continue the fight. Mr. President, can you reassure all these people, all these men and women from here and elsewhere who are beginning to hope that you will stay alive?
They always manipulate from the inside. We are very well aware. And also a duty for us is to participate in our own security. It's not about saying today that I am the head of state and that's it. I've entrusted security just to some people. No, everyone participates. I myself participate. That's why I say it's not just a matter for those who are beside me. It's a matter for all the people. And security is not a matter for those detained or those in power. It's a whole set. It's also about behaviors, ways of living. We must avoid many things that perhaps mistakes were made in the past. We have read a lot about all those whom imperialism has taken down, and we have learned many lessons. That's why we say we will not let things repeat. We will anticipate, even if people interpret it as they wish, we will anticipate.
But because we understood the message, the hope that exists, we will do everything to always anticipate the actions of imperialism.
Mr. President, you just mentioned it. We are talking about the security and defense of Burkina Faso. Let's talk about your personal security. You just mentioned it a moment ago. The pressure is enormous. It is great. The danger comes from everywhere. Mr. President, just in 2025, there were several attempted coups that were thwarted. Mr. President, do you sometimes feel afraid?
Thank you. I think that's the only strength I have. I'm not afraid because I trust all of you. That's the first thing. You have to trust the people because it's the people who entrusted us with this mission. And I trust the people that they will understand. And that's why we don't hesitate to stand before the people, to explain the situation and tell them what is happening. And that helps maintain a very good relationship. That's the first thing. The second thing, as I said, is that there is a mentality that needed to be developed within our forces. That is very important.
Currently, this mentality, people understand why they are fighting. A few years ago, many officers in the field did not know why they were fighting. If we know why we are fighting, who we are facing, and why there is this pressure, people understand better.
And that's why we even immediately created the institute, the higher military school, so that we can train our own military personnel and instill in them what we want. Remember one thing. If you let your forces be trained by other powers, they put in their heads what they want. They indoctrinate them as they wish, and it's easier to manipulate them. But here in Burkina currently, that's what bothers many imperialist powers. They can't penetrate our army. All those bastards, all those men who are there, no one came from elsewhere to train them. We built ourselves on our field experience and we trained them. I personally participated in the training of some forces at the very beginning. So that is already a second strength. And the other strength is that if you have a mission, a goal for your country, you must not be afraid.
If you are afraid, you hesitate. If you hesitate, you compromise yourself. And once the compromise is there, you're done.
From the heart of the Sahel to the shores of the Atlantic, a powerful message is echoing across the continent. It's a message that says, no more. No more assassinations. No more destabilization. No more silenced voices. This is the story of Captain Ibrahim Traoré, the alliance of Sahel states, and the awakening of a new, fearless Africa. For 30 minutes, we will journey through a history of betrayal and rise to a future of courage. Stay with us. Watch, and share this message of hope. Africa's history is stained with the blood of its brightest leaders, a long, tragic story of betrayal and destabilization. From Patrice Lumumba, who whose dream for a free Congo was cut short, to the revolutionary spirit of Thomas Sankara, silenced but never forgotten. Their voices were extinguished, but their spirit, their fire for a sovereign Africa, lives on in the hearts of millions. Today, from that very same soil of Burkina Faso, a new voice rises. A young leader, Captain Ibrahim Traoré, who stands tall and fearless, even in the face of threats that have toppled giants before him. His words shake the old world order. "I am not afraid," he declares, "because I trust you." It was a simple question from a journalist, Hervé Dapa, that sparked a continental fire. He asked about the persistent attempts to destabilize Burkina Faso and the dark history of assassinating African leaders who dared to dream. Captain Traoré's answer was not a political calculation. It was a thunderous declaration from the heart. "We will not let history repeat itself." Those words didn't just stay in the press room. They pierced through the soul of Africa, reaching every young man and woman, reminding them that true leadership is not built on fear, but on a sacred trust between a leader and their people. Let's not mince words. History has a brutal pattern. When Africa begins to rise, when its leaders dare to prioritize their own people over foreign interests, they become targets. We saw it with Patrice Lumumba, the first legally elected Prime Minister of the Democratic Republic of the Congo, assassinated in 1961. We saw it with the visionary Thomas Sankara, whose revolution was cut down in 1987. We saw it with Muammar Gaddafi, whose vision for a united gold-backed African currency was brutally ended in 2011. Each time, the message sent was chilling and clear. Silence any African voice that refuses to bow to foreign masters. Each time, a dream for the continent was deferred, a light extinguished. But today, something is different. Africa is awake. The young generation, armed with the lessons of the past, has seen through the playbook of betrayal. Captain Traoré is not just a leader, he is the embodiment of this new generation, unbending in his principles, unafraid of the consequences, and absolutely unwilling to compromise Africa's future for a seat at the colonial table. He represents the millions who are tired of being told what to do, how to live, and who to follow. This is not a rebellion against the world, it is a revolution for self-determination. We must understand that destabilization is a multi-headed hydra. It's not just about covert assassinations, it's about crippling economic sabotage, strangling nations with debt. It's about planting the seeds of terrorism and then offering a solution that only deepens dependency. It's about the relentless manipulation of media, painting patriotic leaders as tyrants and puppets as saviors. It's about corrupting officials from within, turning brother against brother. Captain Traoré is acutely aware of this complex war. He has said it with crystal clarity. Burkina Faso will not bend to pressure. His confidence isn't in foreign aid or hollow promises. He trusts the people, and in return, the people trust him. That bond, forged in mutual respect and a shared vision for sovereignty, is proving to be unbreakable. This is precisely why the Alliance of Sahel States, the AES, is a game-changer. The union of Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger is not just a political agreement, it is a shield. It is a new African defense pact forged in the fire of necessity, a collective response against the old tactics of destabilization. They understand that a single stick is easily broken, but a bundle is strong. They are not on the world stage begging for support or validation. They are building their own strength, their own security, their own economic future on their own terms. This alliance signals a monumental shift, from dependency to interdependence, from fragmentation to unity. So what is the source of Captain Traoré's unwavering confidence? Where does this young leader draw his strength? He points to you, the people. It's the farmers in the fields, toiling under the sun to guarantee food sovereignty. It's the brilliant youth in Ouagadougou and Bamako, coding the future and building tech solutions for African problems. It's the dedicated soldiers on the front lines, defending their homeland with their lives. It's the mothers who are the bedrock of society, holding families and communities together with love and resilience. When Traoré looks into the camera and says, "I am not afraid because I trust you," he is making a profound statement. He is declaring that true power doesn't reside in presidential palaces or in the corridors of foreign embassies. It resides in the streets, in the villages, in the marketplaces, and in the unwavering hearts of the people. And let us be clear, this movement, this awakening, is not confined to the borders of Burkina Faso. This is about all of Africa. It is about a continent that collectively refuses to see its heroes buried and its dreams deferred yet again. It's about a new generation of leaders emerging from every corner of the continent who will never again bow down, who will never again trade their people's birthright for personal gain. When the enemies of African progress plot assassinations, Africa must respond with unbreakable unity. When they attempt destabilization through economic warfare or propaganda, Africa must rise with courage and clarity. This is the new reality they must contend with. Captain Ibrahim Traoré is not afraid, because he is not alone. An entire continent is awakening with him. Africa itself is rising, shaking off the dust of centuries of exploitation and standing tall on its own feet. This is our time. This is our moment. This is the rise of a united, sovereign, and fearless Africa. Thank you for watching. If this message resonates with you, please share this video far and wide. Let the world know that Africa is awake. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to join us on this journey.
Pour le peuple burkinabé, ça fait 3 ans que nous sommes là et qu'on chemine. Et j'ai d'abord des mots de remerciement. Des remerciements du fond du cœur. Parce que le peuple est resté concentré. Concentré pour écouter le message qu'on a véhiculé. Parce que l'une des armes importantes que nous avons utilisées, c'est aussi la communication. Et parce que nous avons compris que les impérialistes ont toujours utilisé la communication pour détruire l'Afrique. Parce que tout ce qui se passe comme conflit, ce sont des manipulations. Ce sont des manipulations. Regardez, je prends encore le cas du Soudan. 2 groupes sont manipulés par des puissances. Faudrait-il pas à un moment donné qu'on se parle, on s'assoit, on exploite nos ressources ensemble, on fait vivre nos populations, on va continuer à se déchirer? Tout ce qui s'est passé, comme assassinat de leaders politiques en Afrique, les guerres et tout, c'est à travers la communication qu'on a manipulé. Et la communication est très importante. Et ça, le peuple burkinabé a été concentré pour percevoir le message. Et nous continuerons de communiquer pour les faire comprendre ce que nous faisons et vers où nous partons. Ça, c'est le plus important. Deuxième chose, je remercie Dieu aussi, qui a permis à ce que nous puissions, en tout cas malgré la guerre, poser des actes et communiquer sur ces actes pour que le peuple comprenne qu'un lendemain meilleur est possible. L'espoir est permis. Et tant que les gens garderont cet espoir, on va y arriver au point où nous souhaitons. Et la dernière chose, c'est cette situation sécuritaire qui est là, de rassurer que la guerre va finir au Burkina Faso. Nous vivrons en paix, nous ferons ce que nous avons à faire de nos richesses et nous allons nous développer. Ça, c'est une certitude. Le rêve que nous avons pour le Burkina Faso, nous allons l'accomplir. Nous continuerons les derniers bastions importants du terrorisme, nous allons continuer à les conquérir, comme ce qu'on a pu faire en 2025 avec cette grande vallée qui était un gros réservoir économique pour les terroristes que nous avons récupéré. Il y a plusieurs autres endroits où l'orpaillage terroriste continue et tout, pour les ravitailler. Nous allons récupérer toutes ces zones et l'espoir est permis. Donc, bon courage à tout le monde, et restez concentrés, résilients et on continuera à se parler. C'est ça le plus important. Une fois qu'on se parle, on se comprend et on avance.
Thank you, Africa. Mama Africa. Oh, yeah. You make Africa great. Thank you, Africa. Thank you, Africa.